Hey guys, car share. This is becoming a nice little series actually, but as I said before, I really love to drive and have these thoughts that have come to me through my morning to kind of express themselves for you guys. And one of the things I really wanted to talk about was one of my services, which is women empowerment coaching. This is something I've always implemented in my yoga classes because I always had that feeling, especially when we are connecting to certain elements like water, that they are very they flow, they are very feminine, they are not stagnant. And I always talk about this, but I kind of created now a program that really brings it to different levels. And I'm so blessed to have the knowledge that I've gained in 15 years of practice and really working on myself and truly diving deep. I mean, it's more than that. I actually started working on myself in 2003, but it kind of got stagnant after a while because I moved to London. I was in finance. I was really driven for my job. It was all about creating something in London, saving money, being successful, until 2011. I started really rethinking a lot of stuff, and then 2012 I enrolled in my first coaching, and I gave myself the space to grow a little more, and then from there a lot of healing happened. And then of course there is cycles, right? So I got to 2016 and I think I kind of got stagnated to a little bit too, and I had to kind of pick it up again, and it happened in 2019-20, where I had Dark Night of the Soul come out. So I kind of learned through all the patterns of my life, and I think the lowest point that definitely was early 2020 or in 2020-21, because that was really okay, you're gonna have to deal with this stuff. And I turned 40 and I was like, okay, in 2021 I turned 40, so I was definitely in a new chapter, right? The fourth floor. And I kind of really, a lot of stuff just started downloading in me. And I think because of the spiritual work that I've been doing, probably not in the most holistic way initially, because I had a period where I was a little bit confused and scared about actually going into more holistic spirituality because of what I was before, because I was kind of relearning my relationship with God, but I did it through studying the Bible, and then and I very quickly understood that it was very dogmatic, but at the same time it allowed me to go into other books and search for truth. And then it did a full circle, going from this dogmatic approach to actually truth and holistic spirituality, full circle, even through books like the Bible. It's just that people don't read them right. So I thought, wow, what a beautiful journey to be on, and really learning all the things. But through that I also started learning again about, or exploring, not learning because I knew about them before, but re-exploring Akashic records, ancestral healing. That was new for me. The constellation, family constellation, which is something really popular here in Portugal, but I really dove into. And those things really brought home a lot of the things that I was actually teaching in yoga that I really had to implement for myself, and then being able to create a program that can really support women in that empowerment journey. We live in a society, this world is based on a society that is very patriarchal. There is a reason for it, not a good reason, but women have always been kept under the thumb because we are powerful. We are truly powerful when we are aligned. That alignment comes with duality. We have masculine energy and feminine energy. When they are in balance, these two are complementary with each other. They're non-toxic, they are creative, they are bursting with the energy of source, which is why it's very important to actually understand these institutions that talk about God, talk about him in such a negative, wrong way. They also talk about the Holy Spirit in a not negative and very wrong way by mentioning that he's a he, but a he energy doesn't have creation. So God, masculine energy, Holy Spirit, feminine energy. It makes sense. It's got duality. It's got complementary wisdom attached to it, elements. And so I think even the simplest mind should really question those things. But anyway, so religions have always done that. Society is built on religion, if you think about it. When you look at the history, or maybe religions have been built by the structures that the powers that be to create that kind of mindset, fear, non-exploring. And we're still there. We're still in a way in the Middle Ages with some, when it comes to religion, because they really don't, they want to be open-minded, they want to be accepting, there's always an agenda attached to it. It's very complicated. But the point is that there's always an attack on the feminine, if you think about it. And this complementary energy of masculine and feminine coming together so that creation can happen. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about every kind of creation, the creativity that people have when they build beautiful things, the elements that we live with in nature, everything. And if you look at what the world is doing, like even our climate, right, you can see that we are off balance. So what does it mean for us women on this planet, in this time, after thousands of years of oppression? And remember that our souls are oftentimes not new souls. Like, I know I've been on this planet a few times, and I really often wonder, why did I come back when I knew that it was a struggle? Because I need to fulfill a mission. And so right now, again, with the downloads I'm getting, looking into Akashic Records, I had a dream that was so unbelievable, like so real and so telling. And so, this was a couple of months ago. It's probably the dream that I had that affected me the most and had the clearest message I've ever gotten. But after that, I knew I had a purpose that I had to fulfill, and there is no way I can leave this planet without tapping into that and serving that purpose. So, my dear women, this is for you. So if you feel like you have been, oppressed, and you feel like there is more to you, and you want to explore and you want to grow, and that can be in any way, like in your family life, as a mother, as a business owner, as any capacity, as a healer, then this coaching program is for you, because ultimately we have to grow and heal a lot of past issues and bring forward that new energy, that energy that is being healed from curses, right? From the ancestral curses that we lived in. And oftentimes you will find that these curses are very much attached to your feminine line. So your women's line in your family. I found that, and of course there is curses also on the masculine line, but because the feminine brings forward energy in the sense, in every sense, even the mitochondria that we have in our body come from mom, not from dad. So imagine how beautifully structured we are. Like we have been really designed to perfection, and it's actually said that we don't acknowledge that, which is why oftentimes when we work with allopathic doctors that just want to stop these connections, it really makes my blood boil, and I'm like, why are we not getting the medical system correctly? So, and this is why I'm studying traditional naturopathy, and why I am really looking forward to becoming a beautiful naturopath that honors the connections of the body. And I know we live in under stressful time, and I actually will share something about my CGM experience quite soon, but I want to also take a blood test to support what I'm thinking. But there is so much that we go through. Our adrenals are under stress. Our adrenals are a very amazing organ, actually. They are on top of our kidneys, and they're really responsible for how we interact with a lot of the stressors in our life, because that's where you have your adrenal coming from, your cortisol. And it's amazing how, especially women, and especially as we get wiser and older, it's nothing to do really with aging, but I think because we've become much more connected, or if we're not connected, our body is just talking to us, we have some reactions that our body is like, oh, your sugar is going up, or your stress levels are higher, or you are forgetful, or whatever. And of course, if we don't support our body in the right way, these things are accentuated. But there is a really powerful thing with the adrenals. I think that's a very feminine organ, and there's got a reason for it being feminine, to balance out the masculine that comes out of it, like the cortisol for stress, or adrenaline for stress, or for responses. So that's another subject for another day. But I really, there is so much in our body that we can actually see. There are some organs that are really feminine and other organs that are really masculine. I honestly don't know if this is part of Chinese medicine. I've never really looked into it. I know the elements are, and I know there are some yin and yang organs. I know that. So I think, yes, it taps into this. But I'm diving a little bit deeper into this. And so part of the coaching is actually understanding our anatomy as well as our physiology, and trying to understand our bodies much better. And why? Because it's multi-layered, right? When I talk about holistic, it's got to do with our physical being, but also our spiritual being, and then the emotional, which is like the bridge between the two, because it's something that we have responses to our life and to everything with. So this program is so close to my heart because I know there are many women out there, especially if you feel frustrated, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you're in a loop, if you feel like people don't value your input because they won't say it's because you're a woman, but really it is. Especially if you live in a country where this macho mentality is just insane, then I know what you're going through and I know how to get your power back. Because ultimately, we have the power to give the power away or keep it to ourselves and actually work with it and expand it and multiply it and project it in beautiful ways that serve us as women, but then ultimately serve the world, because our feminine energy, when it's in balance, is the most powerful healing energy of the planet. We can get stuck into war and politics and these things, shit that people are doing. And if you actually look at the characters and the actions of these leaders, let's call them leaders, or everything that is happening, that's toxic masculinity, destruction, violence, abuse, judgment, separation, division. I mean, you name it, right? And there's no feminine, there's no healing, understanding, support. I'm gonna just get a little bit political here for a split second, but not really. My friend Lottie gets attacked a lot for sharing the images of Palestinian children getting bombed and, you know, talking about ceasefire, stop hurting humans, and people are calling her anti-Semitic. The very fact that we don't actually value life according to citizenships or nationality is so hurtful. Nobody here is saying that killing Israeli children would be a good thing. She's not saying that for sure. Nobody's saying that that Israeli lives don't matter. Like, nobody says that. Everybody's like, can we just stop the war because innocent people are dying? It doesn't matter where they're from. Innocent people are dying. Now, I always say this. I always stood for this. If these leaders in every country from everywhere, in all wars that have ever happened ever, got into a room and knocked their faces off with punches and just kept it to themselves to have these conversations, these fights, like children that are very misbehaved, but get into a room and just go at each other. Don't impact or involve people that don't even understand what is going on. Meaning, you give in a narrative. Now we have a narrative through the media of each side and whatever, but ultimately, do we make choices? Are we involved in this? No, we are actually affected by the messaging. So people are like, I hate you because you're from here. And again, toxic masculinity at its best. What is a feminine energy here? You are alive, you're a human, I value you, I want you to be safe. It doesn't matter where you're from, you're a good person. Until proven otherwise, you're a good person, right? So why do we have to fight? Why do we have to hurt each other and actually even kill one another? Again, masculinity that has gone out of whack. What is peaceful masculinity is, or positive masculinity, or balanced masculinity, is all about action and taking steps, being productive, using then the powerful, balanced feminine, which is supportive, nurturing, just. And there's a reason why when you get to New York, I don't know if you ever, I observed this, but this is one of the most beautiful scenes. When you go to South New York, near Wall Street, you can see the beautiful statue that is the Statue of Liberty, right? That woman, that Statue of Liberty represents freedom, justice, peace. She's standing there, and she was the first thing that people that were coming from Europe, the immigrants, would see when they got into the harbor. That energy that she had was like, come home, children, I will look after you. And I think it really represents the fact that, we're global citizens. We have this, we have divided everything, we have deconstructed everything to divide ourselves. But really, at the end of the day, aren't we whole humans? So we should just tap into our humanity, but we don't do that because we're not tapping into our feminine. So when you are into your feminine power and you start from within and you start from your nucleus and then you just expand, that ripple effect is powerful and truly, truly, truly has the power to heal the planet. This is why I need more women. We need more women to find that empowerment and bring it forward. We can't be neurotic. We can't be crazy. Like, that's also off balance femininity, and we all have our times and we have our moments. I mean, hello hormones, but we can also learn how to not to have that. Like, you should have seen me in 2020. I mean, I never had PMS before 2020. I had the worst PMS of my life, and I was a mess because my adrenals were a mess. So if anything happened, I mean, you could literally, if I spilled making coffee, I would freak out. Like, I would feel so overwhelmed, like the coffee was trying to kill me. If my family would say one word, and they were not even meaning it in a bad way, but like, even how are you, I was just thinking like they were trying to get into my head, and I was a mess. So that is negative femininity. I've been through it. I know. And I know there are the many, many women that are so triggered by everything and they feel overwhelmed. We should not feel this way. So if you feel that way, if you want to feel more balanced, if you want to feel empowered, if you want to feel stable, if you want to feel amazing, come and work with me. I promise you, you will be happy you've done it. And then one of the things I can promise you is that by doing that work, you are going to be affecting the people around you in the most beautiful way. And if you are a mother of a teenage girl or a child that is a woman, a girl, trust me when I say these tools you're learning now are going to help not only your relationship, but her relationship with the world and life in such a good way. So this is not just for you. It's like so broad and can be really like impacting beautifully your family and the next generation. And this is what we want, because we want strong women. We don't want women that are angry about men, that's also negativity. So, and it's not helping, because again, it's separation. Remember, we are complementary and we have to work in that complementary energy. So guys, I wanted to share this. I think you'll find that it will resonate with you, a lot of you. I am positive. Also by what I know there are people on here that I work with already that will really shine the light. And I have one call to action for you. If you are signing up with me, remember November I have 25% off, but also I want to invite you, actually I want to give you a little gift. It's my birthday on Monday, and as a gift I would like to offer you, if you are signing up with me, not only will you get 25% off for November, but I will offer, if you sign up before Monday, before my birthday or on my birthday, I will offer a free session to anyone you think needs it. I will do that because I want more women to feel empowered, to tap into that power that we have within and really find that source energy that allows us to grow. I truly believe that's my calling, to help you get healthier in all ways of your being. And I couldn't be more proud to be a woman as I'm now. I've always lived thinking that I should have been born a man, I promise you, because I was in that fight-flight mode all the time and trying to sort out everything. And if you listen to my podcast, I had a childhood where I had to be the responsible one. I mean, all that was very off-balance masculine. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't understand it as a child. I didn't appreciate it or understand it as an adult even until lately. But I couldn't be more proud to be a woman. And so trust me when I say working together would be amazing. And if you also can share this message on your pages, with your friends, with your family. If you can just touch one person with this and they do the work, you do the work, that's 2 people, 4 people, 6, 8, 10. We can build this like a beautiful sequence of women growing, coming together. And I am so excited to really be on that journey with you. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for your time, always supporting. I'm really appreciative, and I love you, and I can't wait to see the magic that we can build.